body ain't out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going, the women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry that's always on. I know the storm is coming, my pockets keep telling me it's gonna shower. Call up my homies, it's you just like the flowers. Girl, you the truth with all that goody powers. You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down, down. When you go down, when you go down. From the top I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to me. It's going down.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, an exciting battle in the NFC between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. Everyone's still celebrating the return of regular season football, and we're away in week 2. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. Next the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. Working quickly here.
That's good for the Eagles. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
First down throwing for Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down, a run with Barkley. He's got room to roam. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. First play, Fields letting it rip. This is pulled in by Mecole Hardman. Pickup of 17. And the Giants are going to have the first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
We've set it down from 37. One of the tight ends motions right. Fields on first down. Throwing the out route complete. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
They've got first down here from the 36. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And his progress is soft, but a nice 5-yard gain before it was.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Now Fields. Complete out to the right side. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. They're going to run out of the pistol with Hall. And some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Fields looking to throw. They set up the screen here for Hall. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They go with a design keeper. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Giants finish off their opening drive. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop them.
That one right down the middle. And the Giants start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you sold, but still sold down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie in the vet. Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's another carry for Barkley. Caught up a tackle, but he lost the football. And he falls on his own miscue, and that sets him up with a 1st down. Well, he got his own miscue back, so no harm, no foul, but they are still not happy seeing him putting that football on the ground.
It's not like he just dropped it, though. It took a pretty nice hit to jar it free, but what do they teach you? When you got a nice game, what do you got to do?
Ball security, Brock, is job security.
Put that on a T-shirt.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field. A gain of 4 for them, and that sets up 3rd and 7.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at 3rd and 7. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Into traffic, complete. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Getting 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Running left with Bigsby. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Claudio Carriquet making that stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts. Well, he's in trouble, and he's going to go down. The Giants are all over it. And they come through with a sack to bring around third down.
10 yards on the
Okay, that was so good, really, on two levels there defensively. Number one, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line, third down. Here he goes, third and long. Going deep here for the end zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that passing block. Throwing into double coverage. How's the coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
And hey, we see how under the football. They will get nothing on that return.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. And creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the gun, it's Hall. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. Didn't do it there.
So now here's third and 5. Shotgun snap to Fields. Another drop. The last two plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However brought, they do at least force this fourth down. The Giants are set to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. First down now, ball at the 33. They'll start this one out with Barkley. Looks attack. He's still going. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
A play fake now hurts to throw. Brings in the lob pass. And they make the tackle at the 38. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, just a little icing on the cake.
And they will only get 3 here as we reach the 2-minute warning. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Hurts. Completed to his running back. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That one gains 7. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. The Giants using their first time out as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. The middle they go with Bigsby. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
That's a type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Read option on 1st down. He's going to keep it. They pitch it out to him here. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Fields to throw it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Eagles have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
So many throws in the league attack this area of the field. They love to attack the slot. And for these defenders who have to play that area, it takes great reaction. It takes tremendous intuition. And then just a spatial awareness of understanding where you are amidst that space to go take the ball away. That is well done.
And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes them. It's going to be third down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Maybe a little rattled after that near interception. Let's see how he plays this on 3rd and long. Third and long for him here. Taking a chance to the end zone. And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half.
There are a couple different ways now you can win on a fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 23. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. The second down run produces 7 before they bring him down.
That's a gain of 7.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. All set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. To the line. First and 10. Fields out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Still to go here. This is second down. This is a design look for Fields. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 6-yard gain on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
What's that saying, Kate, about discretion? Discretion is the better part of valor. Well, decision-making for quarterbacks is so critical. And that time, excellent discretion. Protect yourself, get the first down, and live to play another day.
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
Josh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
First and 10 now from the 46. They send a man in motion. Fields gets it out wide quick. Past the 20. And he is finally sent out of bounds, but not until he gets it all the way down to the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Quick throw left side, complete. And he has the New York touchdown. The Giants cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
That one splits the uprights. And the Giants chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Give up the gut to Bigsby. His charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 38-yard line.
They'll go to the option on second down. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the air. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
And that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And the run will not work. He is stopped at the line. This is going to be 4th and short. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's 4th down.
They go to Barkley again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Hurts tucks it, starts running. They pitch it to him. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. A pickup of 17. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
First and 10, he keeps it on the option. And they'll pitch it out to him. Has some space inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 13-point lead. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big game, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter, they all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
First down 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Motioning him from the slot right. Now it's Fields. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be third down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. This is not going to get it done on third down. They catch it behind the line. This goes for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this. Here we go, fourth down. It's Fields. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover. Chill.